Alright, so Kat, do you want to take the mortal team? I'll take the spirit team.
Okay, sure. So Mirke is going with a Gladiator Kingdom Mass, which is something you see every once in a while, but I don't think it's quite as effective. Redscalegator, a Vex Gladiator, he's running that Time Bomb. Ougtok is Tactician. Cerulean, we have Veknus on Lilin, the brand new Shaper, Tactician, and HydroStar is running his Viridian Jungle.
Alright, and on the spirit side, we have Dragaen on that Tactician Viana. We've got LFT Big Sinka, that Big Sinka on the Gladiator Michaela. We got Crunchmeister on that Lilin pick. That seems to be showing up a lot for some reason. We got Jinnamuru on that Hunter Salus, and we've got MajeyeBot on that Tactician Ashabel.
So, do you have any early predictions on this one? Anything that really stands out to you with this?
We're going to have to keep an eye out on this Gladiator Lilin, because most of the time she's taken Tactician. From what I've seen, it's only been a day. I mean, it's probably a Zalgus type thing where
anything can happen here.
Yeah.
Anything can happen.
Also, I want to know your opinion on the new passives for Michaela and...
I am the worst person to ask on this because I honestly haven't played today. I haven't been in a game, I haven't seen anything. From my understanding, the Michaela passive is an uproar. It is too much. That's all I've heard. She was in a great place and she got a buff and now she's just running everything. The Salus one seems like a really good escape. As long as he doesn't get pinned down with CC, but otherwise, he already had a lot of mobility, so it seemed like buffs on buffs, right? Then we got, Viana got buffs as well, her power ratios got fixed, so she might be a thing again, which would be cool, because Cypher will lose his mind.
I think that one was actually sort of necessary for Viana. But yeah, maining Michaela, it's like she was, like you said, was in a really good place to begin with. I don't understand why they gave her a passive. I mean, I understand why they gave her a passive because everyone's getting a passive now, but I mean, they have to take something away if they're going to give her that big of something for her passive.
Is there anything that comes to mind that you think would be a fair adjustment for Michaela?
I think with that new one, I think that just her base damage, if they took down her base damage, like even a little bit, just to make it so it's more important to hit all 4 hits on them. That would make it
I think even if the gap between it was a little more even, because from my understanding here, it can go up to about 100 base, and then it applies roughly a third power. So if that base number were lower, say 20 to 60, something like that, would maybe bring it down a bit more. But what are your? Have you played the new Shaper? Have you played Lilin? Do you have any thoughts on her?
I have not gotten to play Lilin yet, mostly because I'm poor and I don't have enough Destiny.
Okay.
But playing against her, her ultimate does what it's supposed to, and it just deletes people.
I ran her in a bot match. I bought her, so excited, ran her into a bot match. It's the only time I played Dawngate today. And she is ridiculous.
She's pretty ridiculous.
Think I've playing her once. I don't know all that she's capable of, but good lord, I think I was like 20-0 by the end of it, and it was just great. Even her lack of mobility, I still wasn't.
Yeah.
I wasn't in too much trouble.
It's like Zalgus' lack of mobility, and it looks
he
like
might be in a bit of a trouble here. HydroStar coming around. Big Sinka is going to try and keep him off. The tower coming down. Here comes Jinna to close him off. And there's first blood. Really
Jinna
there.
Wrapping around to catch out that jungle Viridian. Caught him out of place, and there was just nothing he could do at that point.
Oh no. That top lane is so low. Veknus wants it. He goes on Dragaen, and that... what is that new one called? Fool's Fire. I always want to call it Fire or Foxfire, but...
Ari is not in this game.
It's what I want to call it every time. And I think Fairy Fire, I think D&D, that's what comes to mind. Not League of Legends. I've forgotten all the ability names in League of Legends. I forgot Ari was a thing. believe it or not.
Yeah, playing Dawngate can do that.
I was watching Smitten play a stream of Dawngate, and there's this, blue bar underneath everybody's health, and I'm like, what the hell is that? Like, what does that even do?
Yeah, what is that for?
Is that a shield bar?
Is that like Amaranth? Or...
Everybody's Amaranth in that game? I don't get it.
Yeah, that's one of the big reasons that I came to Dawngate. That lack of mana is just... It makes for more cool to watch gameplay. Everything is action all the time.
Well, the currency here instead of mana is cooldown time. So that's the big thing. So you see how everything goes in. Now, the one thing I'd really like to point out that's interesting is even as Lilin, Crunch is keeping up a pretty relevant creep score overall. He's sitting at 27, Cinca's at 34, Redscalegator 25, Mirke is dominating with 37. As Gladiator, King of Masks of all things.
Yeah, and that's surprising to see actually, because King of Masks, his Endless Delights is usually how he's farming, but those don't actually become a good farming tool until like mid-game, so it's surprising to see that he's at the top of the list as far as farm goes. Big Cinca's not that far behind, but it's still impressive.
Now the interesting thing here is Crunch has built an early Might, and might just fall to Ougtok on Cerulean. Gonna get knocked out by the Rebuke, and he might make it out. Redscale's gonna be able to pick him off before he runs too far, and Magi is on the hunt. Let's see if he can make something happen, but the slow from Vex is too strong, and the tick from the Drain is not enough.
Jagged Volley keeping that Vex safe. That's what he has to keep himself safe. And it looks like we're gonna have a little bit of a skirmish up top, but I don't think anyone's gonna die from this.
Safe disconnects overall. What I was gonna say there before that fight picked up there, and now another one, Jinna's gonna be able to peel out of there, or is she? Drops a ward before she runs. Is Crunch is running a Might right now. Now Strife got fixed. Strife, originally the diminishing returns were it was nuking 1% per stack, and now it's 0.5. That's my understanding. The diminishing returns on it. So is he gonna do that? Is he gonna go for that, or is he just gonna build a decay?
I really don't understand that Might pick. I guess it's to put a decay on top of her already pretty much free decay, so...
Her percentage-based damage. Yeah. Well, I mean, even in the ball game I was running with it, I had decay and I had the new potency on, and it was kind of unfair. You know, of course it was a bot match, but it was just it was so much percentages that I just think it was too much. And we're going to see Dragaen go mono-a-mono with Redscalegator until Ougtok comes in. The Blink is going to get him off, and here comes Crunch to try and put some damage, but he's going to get flipped in and try and blink out to safety. Jinna trying to set up the flank here, but everyone's too low to be able to take this Mortal team on. They're going to try and disengage.
Yeah, that was a good disengage by Crunch.
And Jinna goes right back in.
A little bit two-hand there.
Cinca is in a dangerous position, but Dragaen is nearby to assist with the healing and the shields. Why you know Jungle Viana? Maybe that'll be a thing. I don't know. I think this power buff on her honestly could change her entirely.
Yeah, it's something I was noticing earlier, actually, as far as like unconventional jungle picks. With Miquella's new passive, she just shreds through the jungle. I played her earlier today, and it looks like Crunch is going to try and get someone, but that binding's still there, and it's going to dissuade him from going any further.
Now, the interesting thing, I believe Alucard is he in-game or is he spectating? I think he's spectating. Anywho, he has run tests on a lot of the Shapers to see what their clear times are in the jungle, and I wonder if he'll if he's done Miquella, if he'll redo Miquella, and see where she sits now. But
I would assume
Spirit team dominate this tower right now. They're gonna be able to pick this up with very little contest right now. Mortal team making a presence but not making a move.
Yeah, there was nothing that they could do there.
Until HydroStar. HydroStar going in, getting a bit of damage, but now he's gonna get chased down. Cinca blinks in, takes a lot of damage for that. And Ougtok's able to pick up Crunch.
And it looks like he's gonna get more.
That Ougtok. Game more spectator. Alright, well I'm sure he's in chat. Whatever. I'll talk to him later. Good heavens.
Ougtok going a little bit too far in there. He went 1v4, there's a lot of low health bars, but there's not much you can do when it's 1v4. And yeah, Veknus and Mirke are gonna decide to back here. Dragaen keeping himself safe from that Lilin ult with the shields. Is he running? No, it was just his leech. He gained quite a shield from that. He's maxing it first. And we see, now that there's a lull, do you want to go over items?
Yeah. Let me see. It's interesting that Crunch isn't finishing a Strife yet. He hasn't finished a Strife or Decay. He's just sitting on his Might right now. Cinca, on the other hand, has now finished a Strife. Ougtok is using a Growth to get some Harass. Veknus has built that early Destruction on Lilin to increase just how much burst damage you can do. Otherwise, we're looking at a lot of tier 2s across the board. Aggression and energy for Mirke, Desire and Clarity for Redscalegator, Motion on for Ougtok as well, Force for HydroStar, Dragaen is sitting on Purity and Growth. Again, a lot of tier 2s sitting out there, not too many legendaries. That's when we're going to see these builds start to fill out.
Yeah, and something of note. Oh, Ougtok gonna try and get Crunch, but that Drain's just not gonna do enough. But anyways, something of note though, the new Desire, although Ambition has been nerfed, the Desire now is 1200 instead of 1500. Or has it always been like that? I don't want to...
Strife?
Or no,
Strife
no. The Desire.
Oh, a Desire switch. Yeah, I believe they went through that. They dropped it down in price.
So that's a good.
Yeah,
it's a good thing to sit on. You can see people sticking with that tier 2 Strife, because once you already have that that hunger, it's only 750 to pick it up, so it's pretty easy to get.
Yeah, definitely an easy pick up there. We're going to see Big Cinca making moves in the top lane here for the Spirit team, and we're going to see HydroStar and Mirke start to move in towards him here. They're both still kind of a little iffy about this, but we'll see if they lock her down. And Cinca, please! Oh no!
Yeah, the finale coming in.
So much lockdown from King of Mass is going to put Cinca in a position where he can't really get any attack offs, and that really powerful buff for his passive isn't going to do anything for him.
Yeah. Can't do damage if you're just CC locked.
Exactly.
And we're going to see more of a skirmish down bot. Mirke staying up top to farm a bit more. And now what do you think about these builds? Let's see. Big Cinca, he's got a Strife. He rushed that, his first top or third tier item. What do you think about that pick?
Easy pickup. The reason I think is getting that extra power, extra health is going to increase his sustainability in lane, which is in the game in general, which is what every ADC needs. But it's also going to give him power, and it's going to make him hit so much harder, and it's going to scale on that passive, and he's going to hit like a truck. It's going to be ugly. Picking it up really early as well guarantees he's going to get more stacks later in game. Yeah. And we see that Shore's Calling coming out on Crunch, but he's going to blink away. It's going to be pretty safe there. Top lane, Dragaen goes down to Veknus. That ult doing work. Doing so much work, good heaven.
Yeah, that MR shred immediately into the high damage is just so powerful. You can't build against it. Though. Yes, it is blockable.
It's a blockable effect. Well, not the shred, the bullet, the magic effect is, which is one thing that I think makes the ability a lot less broken.
Yeah, Redscalegator using his splintering spines there to pick up that Solace.
And Magi with the wonderful drain to pick up Cerulean as well, so let's see if they can make a move on the spine and pick it up. HydroStar and Redscalegator both sitting really low. On the flip side, Cinca and Magi are sitting pretty low as well, so anything could really go. Now sitting in a 4v3 bottom, but Dragaen's going to come down, he's going to even that out.
Yep.
Have we seen a Parasite drop yet? It's still
I don't think we have.
Still been the one, so we're gonna see it evolve now. It should be a rank 2, so it'll give the gold buff, or sorry, the Vim buff, and it'll also give a character buff as well. And Cinca experiences massive burst.
Explosion of that Gladiator King of Masks. That damage is pretty scary.
Just off to the side, just in the jungle there to the south, we have HydroStar kind of just lingering around MajeyeBot at about half health, so I think he's going to want to make the dive here pretty quick, but I think he needs a little more team support before he goes for it. He realizes that too. He's going to go back.
Yeah, he's like, I don't want any part of that. So, yeah, we see a lot of burst coming out from that Mortal team with that Cerulean, that Viridian, and the King of Masks. And on the opposite side, we see a lot of sustained damage and sustain with that Viana, and the Ashabel with the sustained poke. But I mean, if Miquella can't come in and do anything, that's their main damage dealer.
I think the interesting thing here is Magi has told me before that he's not very good at this game. He doesn't play very much, doesn't practice much. He's got the majority of the Spirit team's kills right now. He's doing very well for himself. So, pat on the back there, Magi.
Well done.
That Ashabel, so OP. Not really. I can barely play Ashabel. So I tip my hat to you, good sir.
It's all just about landing those dots. Yeah, and if you can land the skill shots, she's a really good pickup, but one of those high skill, high reward type things.
Oh, absolutely. She's a very inconsistent shaper. If you can manage to land them over and over and over again, you're going to reap the rewards. But Dragaen unfortunately gets picked off, and now we might see Magi fall. He drops. And now we see the shift in momentum from the pressured bottom lane, pressured Spirit team. Now it's pressured Spirit instead of pressured Mortal, so we'll see what happens here. Cinca might get caught out again, but he's going to use the coin and slow everybody down and get out of there safely.
And you can see that problem with Lillian's ult is that blockableness. Ougtok was so low, and that definitely would have killed him, but...
Oh, the burst on Cinca, even under tower!
Ouch!
Redscale's able to pick that up. That was actually well done.
I felt that one.
And he says, well played. He tips the old hat as well. And DMS is going for every burst possible.
Lillian getting out. No damage hitting her before she goes back to base, so...
So scary, so close. Very wow. Very wow.
I think very wow, yes. I think that was a last pixel type thing. The last frame. If that had landed any time sooner, that would have been a dead Lillian.
There we go. We see the first well capture of the game. We're going to see that economy shift in favor of the Mortal team.
Yeah, and the Mortal team did really well, surviving the early game. Now they're using that burst to their advantage, taking out Big Cinca every time he tries to come in, putting that Miquella far behind. I say that, but she's level 12. She's been solo farming for a little bit, but there's just nothing she can do when she tries to initiate or go in on team fights.
Now just locking down that ADC, getting that damage off the field, makes it so much easier for a team to be able to do what they want.
And we may see that again. Viridian and King of Masks heading up top. They may get this. There still is a binding there.
Here comes the burst, takes them out of the binding. Cinca is in real trouble. The blink over the wall, and Hydro does too. Can he save himself? Can he pick up Hydro as a kill as well? There's the heal, Dragaen coming in to save the day. There goes the ult from Big Cinca, and Dragaen is going to start chasing everybody down.
The finale missing. And and that's Mirke down. They kind of went too ham. They went under that binding when they really didn't
we're not worthy. We're not worthy. Welcome back. We missed you.
Yes. Oh, Cerulean using that Shore's Calling on Magi, but he just jumped in.
1.
Yeah, he just jumped in 1v5. I think that's because he was caught out already, but
I think he was just trying to pick up anything he could, but getting locked
Yeah.
down like that's just tricky to do.
Yeah,
Tricky
that's
to
the
come
one.
up from.
That's the one problem with a burst comp like Mortal Team has, is that if you don't get them in that first wave when you're waiting for cooldowns, it's going to be a bit of a problem.
So again, we see that switch over. Spirit Team now able to put the pressure because they've taken a good pick. Getting
Yeah,
Cerulean out as one of their critical initiators, so we're going to see
HydroStar
them
getting
go
caught
in
out
on
too.
Hydro.
And it's Verdi, and I'm pretty sure he'll get away.
Um,
But yeah, these are the games that I love to watch because it's just back and forth continuously. It's no one's game. Spirit Team showing that even though they've been kind of taken out in the early game, they still have that ability to come back.
Oh, absolutely. This is a very close game.
And now we're watching everyone positioned down bot lane. Hopefully... Sorry.
I'll never forget it.
The stream came unmuted and I thought you started talking.
Don't worry about it. And there's Cinca again, pissed off by that massive burst damage.
It's just
It's
so
just
much.
not his game.
Yeah.
You know, he said it earlier. Maybe he's still asleep, and who knows? This is
Yeah.
This is a warm-up game.
Magi getting caught out. There was nothing that he could do there. He just got flanked around.
I need coffee. There it is. Don't
That
we
is an
all?
excellent excuse.
That's not an excuse. That's a fact.
Yeah.
I could go for a delicious cup.
That does sound good right now, actually. May go after this game. But yeah, we see that Mortal Team are staying ahead, and I don't know what Crunch is doing. I don't know what he was doing there. He could very easily see that it was at least 1v2, and he was very low to begin with.
Especially against, you know, Mirke on King of Masks. King of Masks is high mobility. Lilin is most certainly not.
Yeah.
Having those outmaneuvering, the ability to drop an ability beyond what he would be able to do, or beyond what Lilin has the reach to do. But Lilin's abilities do have pretty good range.
Yeah, but as far as like safety goes, she's a little bit less safe than Zalgis, which that's kind of hard to do considering it's Zalgis. She has that knockback with her consecration, but that's not very much. That's not going to keep her safe against someone like King of Masks, who can stay away anyways and still do heavy damage. Looks like everyone's going to be positioning up top.
Yep, they're gonna take this top well. That dragon from Ashabel not landing fast enough. If she would have gotten the damage down, she may have been able to hold that well long enough for them to be able to come in and make a switch.
Oh.
But here comes Ougtok down on Magi. He gets bursted down. And we see the ult on Redscalegator go off, and he's gonna shred a lot of the team. The ult pulls 3 in together, dangerously low, but they're gonna be able to peel out and get past that binding. Oof. Spooky. Here comes HydroStar sneaking around.
HydroStar is looking for something, but Dragaen is not what he was looking for. That Fiona is the last target that he wanted to try and get.
So beefy and now so powerful now that they've fixed her up.
Yeah.
So happy. I'm so pleased by this.
Something that I noticed on the Mortal side, there is not a pain for anyone coming out. And with the Viana changes, and with the, you know, they're just team comp in general, with Cinca on Michaela and that Salas, you'd think that it would come out. Alright, and we see Jinna trying to take this well, but Ougtok is gonna take him out. I don't know if he'll have enough to take him out. Yeah, here comes
Jinna,
Dragaen.
run.
Ougtok. Oh no.
Ougtok, run.
Yeah, that exsanguinate, excuse me. That just locks you up and you can't dispel it at all. So yeah, we see the Spirit Team doing what they can to stay in this game. It's 14-8, but
oh, and Veknus with the first on Lilin. Ooh,
and SmartCam just barely getting there.
Just in the niche. Kreen, I wish I could watch your wonderful camera work, but it's so late I can't use it.
Yeah.
But he's our man behind the scenes, Mr. Kreen Bananas. Wonderful shout out. Keep up the great work.
Kreen is fantastic. One of my favorite casters. Hands down.
I'll have to watch the VOD after and see exactly how he sweeps the camera across the landscape, makes everything look absolutely incredible.
Fantastic. With the new map too. How do you like the new map? The skin.
I was expecting a little more, in all honesty. It does look good, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I like the candles and everything, but for some reason, like, I don't know, I was expecting... with how many O's they put in Spooky, I was expecting nightmares.
Yeah. Have you seen the lotuses on both sides?
The
There's
locusts?
many
Yeah.
locusts, excuse me.
Yeah, I have the pumpkins and Magi. Again, he's getting called out. He's getting the big Sinka treatment right now.
That's the one problem with Asherbell. Once you use that E, it's just you have no escapes.
And Jinna going ham on Redscalegator. Ougtok with a great flip, but it's not going to be enough to save him. And now HydroStar trying to get out, but Dragaen's going to be able to pop the ult. And Hydro pops his own to get out and engages on Sinka. Sinka manages to pick him off. We're going to see Jinna try and get out, and Big Sinka going for Ougtok. The whole team of 4 running in on him. Sinka's going to try and come around and pick up a kill on King of Masks. Doesn't know he's in the bush there. Barely saved.
That judgment
was
missing.
Terrified.
Ougtok out. Yeah, HydroStar went back in on that Michaela while final payment was going. I don't understand why he did that. He could have gotten away, but...
Now, the one thing I think really made that encounter good on the Spirit side was not only Vienna's, overall power buff, but the range on her ult got extended. And I think that was a big thing that happened there.
Oh, yeah.
That ult came up faster because she had to walk less of a distance, and that really changed the dynamic of that team fight.
Oh yeah, and that Crunch showing another problem with Lilin's ult. It can be stasis, and it does go on cooldown. So yeah, that that could be a problem later on.
Nobody picks up Parasite. Sinka dangerously low as they retreat to the top lane. Gonna get some farming and some health.
Looks like Mortal Side is gonna position. Oh, never mind. They decide against it. Looked like they were going to position to try and take that Parasite, but it got back up to full health.
But they're gonna pick up this top well. They're gonna try and stabilize that economy again. Try and make back some more monies.
They just have to wait it out. The longer the game goes, the smaller the goal or the Vim difference matters. Meaning, if you have items, you have items. It doesn't matter. It looks like everyone's pretty much catching up on items on the Spirit side, but it looks like that Mortal team is gonna go for this Parasite.
Does the Spirit team know right now? They have no idea that this is going on.
They have 0 wards.
No ward there. They are completely oblivious, and Mortal team is gonna pick it up uncontested.
That was a free Parasite. That may sway things now.
I want to point out, I think it might be hilarious if Kreen is on Smart Cam. He's just got Smart Cam running this whole time. Everybody's like, Kreen, your camera works amazing. He's just sitting back laughing. He's like, this is the best.
He's zooming in. I think he is on Smart Cam, but he's zooming in. So he's doing some camera work.
I'm making some magic here. Cut. Can we call cut?
Yeah.
I'm watching the minimap. Really good.
Yeah.
Good.
Well, Smart Cam seems to be getting better with each patch. I don't know if they're actually patching it, but it feels that way. Because I remember when it first came out, it was missing everything. Looks like Dragaen's gonna take this armor buff. Just in time.
So impressed with Viana right now. I'm
Yeah.
really excited for this potential that she's going to open up. Like, a lot of people are freaking out about this Michaela patch. I don't know. Maybe Viana will help this whole situation out, putting her into these matches, you know?
Yeah.
Bringing her back into relevance. Who knows what it could do? Jungle Viana, let's do it, man.
Yeah. That Exsanguinate, the range going up would definitely help with that jungle Viana.
Well, we're going to see some pressure from the Mortal team going up top. They've got the support of the Striders with this Parasite, so we'll see exactly how that helps them gain more ground. There's still a tier 2 binding in the top lane, and they're going to go for it now with Redscalegator's damage on Vex. He's going to be able to clean that up.
Yeah. And that was a pretty free binding. Spirit team couldn't do much to save it because it was already pretty low.
Especially with the buffs as well. That little split with Cinca trying to get some farm in the bottom lane too, so that would have been a 5-on-4.
Yeah, they very wisely backed off, let that one go. But I mean, if they're going to have something happen, it's going to have to be under one of these turrets, and it looks like these Striders are going to come up to the top turret and take out a big chunk just by themselves, the minions. And that's going to be another problem, is that they're going to have to fight spread at least a little bit, because Mortal team can just keep these Striders right at the bindings.
Sometimes you have to spread, even just a little bit.
Yep.
Sometimes you just gotta.
It's necessary.
Oh, I knew you'd enjoy that one, Creed. Good.
Yep, that's what we're here for.
We're
Just
all
to
here
tickle
for the
Cream.
giggles.
Oh, I was... Yeah, we have to tickle Cream.
Okay.
He has to be, tentacly delight.
Alright, and Dragaen's gonna be caught out. Gonna get the CC down, but he's gonna blink to safety. Mirke unable to lock him down with that blink, unfortunately, but they're gonna take a couple chunks out of the binding before they go. You know, 4 out of the Mortal team players in the bottom lane now. Cerulean kind of running about. I think he's gonna take this top well, and we'll see if the Spirit team can make any moves to stop him. Oh, wow!
That ultimate,
Power.
the Lilin ultimate is just so powerful if it hits the right person. That invocation, let's see on the Mortal side, it's doing 600, almost 700 damage by itself, and it's shredding magic resist, so it's pretty much true damage if it hits the person that it's supposed to.
70% of their magic.
Yeah.
Now remember, with this ult, it's a newer character, newer ability. It is an ult that you can't block the magic shred, but you can block the actual projectile, and that 600 damage can be face checked by another teammate. So,
yes. Or it can be
something to keep in mind. It can be stasis.
It can be stasis as well. Yeah. You gotta remember, she's got a destruction as well, and a potency.
Yeah.
So that's doing 5% of the target's maximum health as well, because it's a single target ability.
Oh wow!
And it's also that 30 defense pen. That's literally almost
Veknus
true
has
damage.
chaos as well. That's 10% extra.
Oh, that finale catching out Crunch. He's gonna go down to HydroStar, and he's just going to ult out of there. That deep rising. Cinca using a desperation final payment. I'm glad that so many ultimates like start with the word final. It makes things so much easier to remember. Crunch.
Final.
So salty.
Final.
That's what people were saying.
I heard a wonderful recommendation to fix the final problem. Is that Redscalegator is just going to clean up the whole Spirit team, because why not?
Redscale on that Vex.
Here goes, the Vex bomb is going off right now. Magi waiting, he's lying in wait to try and pick off Redscale. Let's see if he can get out of here with Dragaen on the chase.
he has so much haste. I don't think anyone's gonna catch him if he wants to get out.
But the remedy for the final problem is to switch Zalgus's ability final chapter to epilogue. And I thought that was the best. I was like, can we do that? That sounds so good.
That sounds really cool, but what are casters supposed to do?
Call
it's so
it
easy
epilogue.
to remember. Alright, I guess
I can't tell you how many times I've mixed up final protocol, final payment, final chapter, final this, final that.
People on the stream, the Shaper reveal stream, when they revealed that her ultimate was called Invocation, people were saying like, "Are you sure it's not Final Invocation?"
I'm pretty sure it should be. Final this, final that, yeah.
Yep.
But we'll see exactly what's going on here. Parasite buff is back up again, so Mortal Team dropping some wards to keep it there. Spirit Team staying a little more reserved and turtling until their full team can get back up again.
Yeah, everyone's just gonna take buffs, take jungle camps, do what they can.
Divide and conquer is at the point it's at right now. It's kind of that lull, that calm before the storm. Everybody trying to take what they can before everybody else gets in place.
So yeah, oh, never mind.
Until Ougtok goes in on Crunch.
Just go straight in with that Shore's Calling on Crunch. It's not gonna come to anything, but that's definitely going to have to be a Lilin recall. A Linen recall. Yeah, and Cinca warding that Parasite, but Magi gonna get caught out for it.
With the Blitz just rushing him, but he's gonna get dropped by Cinca. Redscale dropping Cinca.
That
The
ultimate
ADC
from
battle,
Veknus. That ultimate from Veknus just exploded that Miquella. And yeah,
just the damage. Here comes the Spirit Surrender. Let's see if it passes. I wouldn't be shocked, but I still think they've got a hand in this game, and they think too.
Well, from what it seems like in chat, Crunch has been having some connection issues, so I think that's where that's coming from. But yeah, this has been a fun game. Really back and forth for the most part. It did kind of swing in Mortal Team's favor when they got that first Parasite. But yeah, I can see the Spirit Team coming back, but it's one of those cases where it's definitely going to have to be the Mortal Team messing up other than, like, you know, the Spirit Team. It could be the Spirit Team outplaying them, but it's going to be a lot harder at this point.
Now, the interesting thing I'm seeing here is that Lilin has a Veknus on Lilin has picked up a Desire. That's not something I would have expected on it. Going into either passion or ambition. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't know about that one. I think she may be going for that, the passion.
Now, I would have thought that Assimilation would be the one to go for.
Yeah, I guess.
With how immobile she is, you'd get that extra penetration, you'd get the life drain on the ultimate, which would immediately give you, like, you know, 60 health, or at this point it would give him about 75 health on just an ult, and then if he kills the target, he would heal an additional almost 400 in case he's caught in a fight. Like, this seems like a thing.
I guess with the passion, he would be like more. His ultimate, let's just say, would probably bring him back up to full health. Oh, Veknus
showing us that stasis against the enemy ult, but and he just dodges the Ashabel there, very close.
That Wrath of Heaven coming so close, and yeah, that. The Jagged Volley. Oh, never mind, they're re-engaging. Oh no, the Exsanguinate is gonna lock up Redscalegator.
Oh no.
Ougtok going after.
The tables are turning right now. Let's see if Jinna can close the gap onto Mirke here, but I don't know if she can. Unless Mirke goes back in. Can she activate the ability to leap that far? No, they're gonna disconnect here. Let's see if they can pull out safely. Mirke is still going in. He's gonna mess around with them.
Very dangerous game.
Especially with Cinca trying to come around. Mirke probably going to try and peel out. He might pick up MajeyeBot here.
Oh, he missed the snare, and they're both gonna get away. Or, yeah, they're both gonna get away. If he had hit that snare, at least one of them would have died. But Big Sinka coming around the opposite way.
Yeah, he's stuck out of position a little too long. I think if he would have moved in on Mirke earlier, they wouldn't be caught in this kind of awkward position. But
this is
now
a
they're
very
getting
bad position
caught.
for Sinka.
Oh no! There's the deletion again.
Yeah, and it's just
Lordy.
everyone on the Mortal team has that ability. Everyone on the Mortal team has that ability to just delete someone from the map. So if they get into a bad position like that, there's not much that they can do. You can also see Mirke. He had used his enhanced, the flourish enhanced endless delights to keep Dragaen from blocking that ult.
Oh, and Crunch. Now with the punishment, he manages to pop one out as well. So
yeah.
Despite his apparent connection issues, he's able to pick up a kill, so that's wonderful.
Yeah, and it looks like Winions are going to be the case of this game. Ashabel is a good one to clear them out, and Crunch is there too now.
I'm just watching SmartCam for whatever reason is following Vex through the jungle right now. And his attack speed is ridiculously fast.
My SmartCam's following the Gladiator, the Guardian right now. Looking at the minions going into the base.
Yep, they're just going in with Cerulean and Vex going in the top lane as well. It looks like.
Oh, go ahead.
It looks like their Mortal team's going to group up in that bottom lane here, but I see them more in the jungle, putting wards out, getting the eyes out, getting ready for any team fights that could happen. They know they've got that forward pressure, so.
Something that I just realized, overload damage on Lillian's ultimate actually does do things. Oh, and MajeyeBot getting caught out, but he's going to blink over the wall. But yeah, that has a chance to crit for extra damage. And that's a crazy amount of damage.
Now, from my understanding, Mastery was flat damage added to the spell. So for Lillian's ultimate, it would do an extra. I think he's sitting at like 30%.
He's at 43.
43.9% extra damage.
Goodness.
So that is ludicrous.
That's doing over 700 damage without that already. I can only
here
assume.
It comes. Oh.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Sinka gets chunked for over half his health.
He was at 1220, down from 2895, because that was the only thing he got hit by, and the Q, I guess. But so that was
800 damage.
Yeah.
That was a punishment.
That was crazy. Just showing the power of that Lillian.
Jinna going in, getting the poke, and then running back out. Cerulean's in the top, just doing some farming. We're going to see the Mortal team group up again. Barely dodging Crunch's Q there. Or sorry, Crunch's E, Consecrate. Very close. Just some good old core harass right now. Spirit team doing a good job of sticking together, and they're going to go in. Three in. Ougtok jumps in on Sinka.
Oh no.
He gets picked off, and
HydroStar is dead.
Oh no, there it is. You can run, but you can't hide.
Yeah. That is definitely what the Spirit side needed. Now they can pick up a Parasite. Mirke going down as well. Oh, Big Sinka going down to those tentacles though. But yeah, they have the ability to go for Parasite right now. Salus is still up, I guess. Yeah, and the only one up on the Mortal team is Lillian, and there's just not much that she could do. They have 40-second timers at least, so I really think that they should go for this Parasite, even though it's warded.
The interesting thing as well, the 40-second timer, she's sitting on a 30-second timer for her ultimate as well, so we might see something happen. Does that ultimate only target Shaper? Okay.
It only targets Shapers,
You could have some incredible Parasite steals with a well-timed ult from Lillian. But unfortunately,
looks like they might go for Lillian instead. I don't agree with that pick. They probably should have just gone for Parasite, but I guess they're playing it safe. They do have only mages and Salus left, but they're gonna definitely ward it, keep it safe. Oh man,
the Lilin fight goes to Veknus.
yeah, I think, yeah, I totally missed that. My smart cam wasn't even on that. Uh-oh. Veknus
Jinna goes in on Veknus. There goes the stasis to try and keep her alive. So much damage from Veknus. Drops Jinna pretty low, low enough to pop that rebirth. But with Majeye's help, they're going to be able to pick him off.
Hey, Crunch, calm it down a bit. No one needs the F-bomb more than once.
Yeah, let's channel the seal, everyone. Remember the seal.
Alright, so they're gonna start Parasite, but Spirit Team is gonna see this, but can they react in time?
Vex is gonna go for it. Let's see what he can make happen.
That Vex is just destroying the Parasite. I don't know if he can get there in time. Oh no! Oh, and the Spirit Team gets it! The Spirit Team gets it. MajeyeBot with that awesome Wrath of Heaven, using that to the biggest advantage. Sinka's gonna get caught out here. Not much you can do, but
it doesn't even matter.
It's totally worth one person for that.
Incredible.
Those Striders and that buff is definitely going to help them to push out of their base. They could actually turn this around here.
It's so easy to become demoralized from something like that. But when a good Ashabel can drop an ult like that and pick up the steal, it is such momentum. Like it's such a good morale booster.
And did Viridian just use Vanquish a bit too early? Was that what was happening? I think
I don't know if I saw it go. Actually, I'm not too sure.
I think
landed.
I think it was at the very beginning. It's on cooldown. So I think he did it thinking that no one would even contest it. I guess he didn't take into account that Wrath of Heaven.
Yeah, he must have just missed the mark, unfortunately. That is way too close to call, my goodness.
Yeah.
Photo finish, gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, photo finish.
Yeah, and I will give it to Mortal Team. They have owned all 4 wells for the past, like, 20 minutes, but that not only is that, like, demoralizing, but that's actually just a physical benefit for the Spirit Team. That's a way to get back into the game. If they had any chance of getting back into the game, that was it, and they took it and they got it. So we're gonna see here.
We'll see if they can turn the tide with the extra Strider and the power buff and the gold or the Vim they're gonna get for it as well.
We see the positioning here. MajeyeBot
3-on-3
bursts down completely. There was nothing he could do there. Crunch gonna.
Oh, Redscale is going ham.
Oh, Dragaen taking the short calling, but blinks out. Redscalegator gonna go down to Cinka, and I think Dragaen's gonna make sure that Cinka stays alive. Yeah, that extinguishing
is
gonna come out.
Goodness. Oh my goodness! Just holding Ougtok up for that Lilin ultimate. Good lord!
Crazy. Yeah, Mirke's too low to do anything now too. Well, I say that, but he's King of Mask. He's probably gonna try anyways. Oh no, he's gonna back. But yeah, that's exactly.
He could do some incredible things if he wanted.
That's exactly what they needed. And the Mortal Team here, they don't have that sustain that Dragaen gives to his team. The late game Viana is just going to be terrible, because especially with that extinguishing, you can't go out of it. You can't dispel it, you can't blitz through it. It just takes you and picks you up. And we see Jinna going to come.
Oh, the blink from Hydro is going to skip that ultimate. But
they're going to take
still gets picked off, and Cinka gets dropped as well. They kill each other. Poetic.
Yeah. It was a 1-for-1 there, but overall that's a 3-for-2 with the Magi and everything that they've taken out.
I need to sleep.
Yeah, it's pretty late for most people, pretty early for some, like Cinka. It's 2 o'clock in the morning here. I'm having fun, but then again,
I'm completely miserable right now. This is absolutely.
Well, you know, I've been told that while casting before. No, I'm kidding. Just completely miserable. No, yeah, we see Spirit Team hanging on, picking up that Spirit well. I don't know how much that's gonna do with this time, 50 minutes into the game, but I guess until everyone is full build, it matters.
This has been a very, very good game. This has been so back and forth. It's a wonderful thing to be able to cast. It's so nice to sit back and watch the community have a game that is so incredibly close. There's a lot of passion behind this game.
Yeah, there's definitely people doing what they can to win this game, and to keep from losing the game, I should say. Because it's been so back and forth. Oh no, we see that Tailwind coming in, Ougtok coming in. Magi gonna blink over. Oh, and that HydroStar, that ultimate doesn't hit anyone, and everyone's just gonna get out. That Dragon's tanking the front line, but I don't know how much he can do that.
The Vex bomb is going
off.
He's gonna
get taken out by Vex. Jinna gonna try to take out that Vex.
Oh no!
The final payment.
The final. Oh!
The final gonna pick up that Vex. He walks straight into that. Cinca's looking for blood. That. Oh man.
Ougtok's looking for Cinca, but he's gonna find it. And they're gonna keep going in on Mirke.
Yeah, HydroStar going around
right now.
Getting a double kill for himself. That was actually really good. Cinca was so worried about getting people that he couldn't do anything to help his teammates behind him. Ougtok gonna get out with barely any health. HydroStar may get out here, I don't know. But he's going straight for the base. So is Mirke. Looks like they're just gonna try and take out everything.
Cinca.
Cinca's gonna come around. I don't know if this is good for HydroStar.
Jaws right now.
Yeah, Big Cinca gonna take that out. Mirke, I think, is gonna take him out though. Yeah, that Drain.
Probably gonna drop it. And there he goes. He drops on one of the eggs. He gets an endless delight. And Mirke is gonna have at least a good 15 seconds of free time in the in the core here. The
only one gonna come up is Dragaen, and I mean it's Viana, which she's better than she was, but she's still only a support. She's not gonna do much on her own. I don't understand.
Only so mobile. You know, Mirke is king of mask. He's gonna dance around and drop a root just like that.
And Ougtok's coming in as well, so I don't know what Dragaen can do here.
There's Jinna to counteract Ougtok, so we'll see exactly what happens, but I don't think we're going to see much. I think Ougtok's going to try and pick this up, but he's not going to be able to. Jinna missing that Q? I can never remember what ability that is.
Judgment.
That is a Q. Judgment. Yes.
Quick question for chat.
Catsire still got it.
Quick question for chat and for you, Kat. Do you know if Momentum blocks that Exsanguinate, that Viana ultimate?
From my understanding, it doesn't.
That's what I would assume, but you know.
Let me take a look at. Every 30 seconds, you get a shield that will permanently prevent the first disabling effect against you.
And it's considered a disable effect, but it's a suppress, which is supposed to be
the ultimate.
Yeah.
The ultimate.
Yeah, Mortal Team, pretty salty about that last.
Sure.
Yeah. Mortal Team pretty salty about that last steal. Are just gonna completely take it out. That Vex. Oh man, that 100-0 from Crunch is just gonna delete Mirke off the map. That was fun to watch. That ultimate Q though, doing.
Okay, from Raven, it stops the suppress but not the drain.
Okay.
So it's gonna stop the suppression, but Viana is still gonna drain health from the target. So, of all people, Raven's the one to know. So I appreciate that, Raven.
Thank you, Raven.
Overall, how do you feel about Raven? This is a directed question at you. Let me know sometime how you feel about the buffs on Viana, because I have a feeling you've just been crying with joy.
Oh no, Dragaen getting taken out by that Deep Rising is just going to be taken out. MajeyeBot falling quickly behind. Cinca's going to fall as well. Yeah, that Vex just doing so much damage, and he's so mobile that there's not much that you can do against him.
Yeah, Crunch is in an ugly spot right now. Him and Jinna are down below, and they're going to have Veknus, Redscalegator, and HydroStar come down and try and track them down. So let's see what happens. Jinna's just going to go back. Crunch is still kind of running around out there. I think he should back as well. Now's the time.
Yeah, he's trying to recall.
Jinna barely.
Oh no. Oh. He just barely missed that bush.
Oh my.
Crunch escaping by the skin of his teeth. And we're gonna see Jinna try and clear out these minions, but they've got another wave of Striders coming in. I just don't see the Spirit team like I don't see Mortal Team not finishing here. Veknus getting taken out.
Haven't read the patch notes? What's wrong with you, Raven? Good lord! You had one job.
So, I'm gonna ask real quick before this game ends.
Shoot,
Crean, what are your thoughts on this game? How do you think it's been going?
Amazing. This is by far one of the most fun games to watch.
Yeah, definitely.
That we've set up here, and you guys are doing an amazing job keeping
You
me
sound
engaged.
so sleepy right now. Smart Cam's been doing all the work.
Hey man, you know how it is when you don't have that Steadicam rig.
Oh lordy.
It looks like they're having a good time, and it's a challenge for both sides, and I think both sides have pretty good team comps.
Yeah.
So the team plays have just been really back. Like, it's delicious watching this.
And even as we speak, Spirit Team making a comeback. Because why not?
It's just incredibly resilient on both sides.
Yeah,
Like,
everyone. Okay, almost everyone in the game has full build now. So right now it's just skill. This is just seeing who is more skillful at this game, and it's so even that it's like hard to call. You know. Oh no, Ougtok getting that judgment on him. He's going to go down. It's a cerulean, but you know, 3 people are chasing you. You're gonna die. Oh no.
Gonna turn on Cinca? Oh lordy, what?
Cinca has like 3,500 health. That is a hefty Michaela because of that strife just building up more and more as this game goes on. And
oh, Jinna gets sniped by Veknus. And
oh no!
So does Cinca. The tables turn again.
The double
And
kill
again,
coming out.
And again.
It's Lilin. These picks by Lilin, she can choose whoever she wants to take out and just do so. It's so hard to not get taken out. You have to rely on your teammates, and if nobody's there, you're dead. It's a late game Lilin. She's going to 100 to 0.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh, it's happening.
Oh no, the Exsanguinate coming down. Oh, the
Oh no, it's happening. It's flipping around again. Lilin caught out. Dropped by Magi and Dragaen.
Veknus going too ham there. I think he kind of expected that he would do more damage, but he picked Dragaen to go against that Dragaen. I will never know how to actually pronounce his name, by the way.
I say Dragaen, everybody else says Dragon.
Dragaen, yeah. I don't know.
I don't know. I think he spelt it really fancy, so I'm gonna say it really fancy.
Yep, pretty much.
Moose. That's what I call him.
Yep, Moose. No, yeah, and now we just see a lull as everybody's
coming back alive.
Everybody's coming back alive. Everybody died.
We're at that calm in the storm again. Everybody picking up jungle
But I think it's going to quickly go to Mortal Team as well, because they've got that Vex positioned around that Parasite. That is going to go down so quickly.
Oh Lord,
and
look at how fast that is.
Spirit Team
The
don't
steal
have
isn't gonna happen again.
No, Mortal Team gets
doesn't
Striders
strike
again.
twice.
See, that buff is the only thing separating these two teams, because almost everyone is full build. And Ougtok trying to go in, he's gonna... Shore's calling onto Dragaen. Oh my goodness, that Vex. Oh no, HydroStar taking that Exsanguinate, the Redscalegator going down as well. Dragaen just tanking everything, and he's still alive. He took everything in that fight, and he's still alive. That is the new Viana for you.
Now, I think the mistake that the Mortal Team made here is that Veknus was still down.
Yes.
Veknus only now respawned. I think that they were a little too hasty, and now Veknus has to hold up. Veknus and Mirke have to hold off the enemy team for over a minute.
I don't know how well they're going to do that. They have the Striders pushing, so it's going to take them a little while to get to base, but, I mean, they've got a Michaela, they've got an Ashabel. I don't know how long it's going to keep them off it. They're definitely going to take that outer tower on the bottom lane. And they're taking the well right now. I don't know why Jinna's taking that. Maybe just for vision at this point. We are 59 minutes into this game. Oh
when
my
you
goodness.
reach that point, you know, all the wells become wards. They're just big wards. So it kind of, I guess, gives a bit of an advantage, but the well is such an obvious spot that, you know, going for it doesn't really help.
Yeah.
You know, nobody's gonna unwilling or unknowingly walk through a well. It's a thing. They know. Everybody knows.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't know about that call from Jinna. I mean, it's Salis. She could have helped push, but I guess they still have 10 seconds before the big damage comes up from the Mortal team, so they have some time. They're definitely going to take that outer tower, but at this point, that's not much. They have to get into that base. Oh no, Dragaen going to be taken out, and Cinca taking...
Cinca, of all people! He dropped so much health.
But I think that would have one-shot Dragaen just because of the MR Shred. It's definitely a good idea, no matter who you are, to take that ultimate from Lilin, just so that MR Shred doesn't make it do practically true damage to them.
It's kind of at the point now, it's like, you know, who do you pick up? Do you go Lilin or do you go Zalgus? I think I would still probably tip it to Zalgus, but Lilin is incredibly powerful.
Yeah.
I think the reason why I would give it to Lilin, Lilin's big advantage is that ult hits somebody. That ult will always hit somebody. But Zalgus's chains can spread that damage out, and he can reset his ultimate. So
they were talking about that. Yeah, they were talking about that, how they were trying to get her ultimate to be that, like, burst mage huge, but they didn't want to give her a reset like everyone else, so they made it single target huge damage. And here we go again. Magi gonna tank that one. He keeps trying to focus Dragaen because they know that he's gonna be the one to tank everything, so they need to get him out of the fights before they try to initiate.
But here we go. We're seeing that Parasite really paying off. They may not have the buffs anymore, but they still have that Strider push, and we see Spirit Team pull right back into their base.
Yeah. Okay, so it's 2:30 almost, and I have people other than me in this house, so I'm gonna have to be a little bit more quiet.
You have to what?
Exactly. I have headphones on, thank you.
Sorry, I couldn't resist.
But yeah.
So we're gonna see the standard Siege Veknus just throwing out that, I can never remember that ability, the poke that she's got. Consecrate! Trying to throw out that Consecrate and pick up what damage you can.
The Consecrate plus Fool's Fire is definitely good poke in and of itself.
Very, very strong. Yeah, especially when you can get it off the start of her ultimate as well. Get that magic shred applied to it.
Oh,
you can really apply massive damage.
That is the scary thing about that Lilin, is that she just does so much damage no matter how much MR you have. She's going to do damage. It's just a matter of whether or not you have the ability to tank it. And we're gonna see...
Mirke,
two
double stasis. Oh, very
Crunch trying to get away. Crunch not going to get away. Dragaen trying to tank everything, but that Shore's Calling is gonna come out.
Ougtok is in an ugly spot, but he's gonna keep the ball rolling. HydroStar wanting to jump in on them, but he's gonna get locked down by Jinna, and Ougtok is gonna get back into her face, try and take the attention, and hopefully not die, but Cinca will Cinca will pick it up.
Cinca just doing damage in this end game. This is
I think he's woken up. He had a cup of coffee. He's raring to go now.
This is the Michaela. Every 4 hits of anything, she does an extra 191 damage. And
that's huge damage. This could be the Parasite. This could be the one.
The Parasite to finish the game.
The one Parasite to rule them all.
Yeah, I mean, in that fight, if you noticed, everyone was focusing Dragaen, trying to take him down because he got so low, but that Viana is just not going to die. And that leaves Cinca just free to kill everyone he wants because he's not being focused.
Now, the 4 of them are really far ahead. They do have a lot of momentum. There's 3 mortal players left. They do not have any minions with them, and they won't for quite a while.
Yes.
So it's going to be just them against the world, see if they can make something happen.
We're going to have to see Cinca here, probably. Oh no, Cinca out by himself, that's going to do...
Oh, there's 2/3 of his health just chunked away.
With one ability, that is crazy damage.
It's so strong.
That is so cool to watch, though.
It's so sensational. I was about to say it's like I hate seeing it happen. Like, oh god, it's scary. The caster in me is like, oh, every time it's like a roller ride of emotion.
The craziest thing to watch is just seeing that where he was, Veknus, he was close enough that maybe one of his teammates could have gotten to him, but he was so off on his own that you just like, you have to wonder whether or not he's gonna die immediately from it. I think if Lilin had gotten her Q in along with that, that would have been a dead Cinca.
Yep, definitely. If she got her full combo off, absolutely. Cinca here is no small fry as well. He's sitting on quite a mountain of health. He's over 3,000 health right now. And he's going to keep getting more and more because of Stripe. Stripe is giving almost 500 health and 40 power, plus the base amount. So overall, it's giving 750 health and 70 power.
And that's only going to get worse the longer this game goes on.
It's going to start teetering out. It already has, but it definitely is reaping the rewards.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
like
soon
enough. Like I said earlier, you know, he picked it up as early as he could, and it's definitely paying off at this point in time. He's also sitting on nearly 400 CS. He's at 379 CS. Redscalegator, 314. Mirke is at 237. Crunch is at 321. Crunch is on a Gladiator Lilin as well. This is something we didn't really expect. So he's running and he's showing us how it's done. I think Veknus is showing us a bit of a stronger Lilin, but overall we're seeing that either role can be played and a game can be sustained on these roles too.
Yeah, and Spirit Team's gonna show that they're bot lane. How is Mortal Team gonna handle this? Oh, they're all recalling. I guess it was a little bit too late. Yeah, Ougtok's gonna keep pushing that lane just so that they can't do anything about that. The Vex is here. I'm not sure that this turret's gonna go down with that Vex there. That's definitely gonna be something.
Crunch versus Ougtok. I don't know about this. Crunch is in danger.
Ougtok.
Or Ougtok is.
Oh no! That last minion hit that man. Oh my gosh!
Oh, that is so upsetting. I barely hit. I don't know if he got that. Can you get it on camera, please?
Oh my gosh!
Look at it! Oh! Oh god!
This late in the game.
Is so satisfying.
This late in the game on that Cerulean, he used that invincibility or that invincible, and he still died from one minion hit. That Ritual Bulwark.
Praise the Banana cameraman showing us the plays.
Yes, Banana cameraman.
Based cream. But it's like we're sitting. This is over an hour now. We're about an hour, getting close to an hour and 10. It's still anybody's game, really. It's close.
Oh, and Crunch. Oh my gosh, that Dragaen take. Okay, I just have to say, Dragaen just kept Crunch alive. That there was no way that he was going to survive without that leech.
HydroStar would have just dropped on the Crunch and would have done massive damage, but he was able to hold her in place as Dragaen. Dragaen was able to hold it in place with Viana's ultimate. The other thing too is that Crunch was able to pick off Mirke with an ult there too, so that was a very good exchange overall for the Spirit team.
Yeah, it was, and Parasite's up. I don't know. This has been such a back and forth game.
This is the Parasite. I'm calling it now. The Parasite.
You called the last one too.
I'm calling it again.
Mirke asking if he can go to sleep now. Soon enough.
I said the one before could be the Parasite.
But this one is. It's the Parasite.
Yep. It has been foretold in the Grand Prophecy. If Magi can get there relatively quick enough, it's 3 against 5. They can make something happen.
Oh man, if nothing else, I'm going to come away from this with that Cerulean last minion hit just chasing him.
I'm pretty sure Cerulean has a good amount of healing, so I'm really wondering what happened there. Dragaen isn't able to get in the way, but Jinna still is, and she's going to lose about a third of her health for it.
Yeah. And oh my gosh. That just immediate takeout on that Lilin, that's the one problem with her.
2 against 5. Spirit team, here we go.
I think this is
I believe.
I don't know, I called it last time for the other team, and they...
Crunch picks up Vex. It's Ougtok and Mirke against the world. But I don't think they can do it.
I think this is game. Everyone has full builds. Yeah, every single person.
No! Oh, Mirke! Mirke's so low if there was only 1 minion attack. That would have been the difference. But we're going to see Spirit Team clean it up, and that's a game.
That was a fantastic game.
I could confidently call that a game.
A game, yes.
There was a beginning, there was rules in place, you know, teams, there was an objective, and that was a game.
My goodness, that was a game.
An amazing game.
That was, of all games that I could cast, that was pretty fantastic.
What an introduction. Nice to meet you again there.
Yeah, Alucard saying, I just stealth raided an entire compound in that time. I made $700,000.
He's of course talking about Payday 2 because that's all he plays now. He's better than us Dawngate peasants.
I just thought he meant in real life.
Oh, of course, yeah, absolutely. But you can definitely see on the scoreboards here.
Crean,
came out. Oh.
Crean, your thoughts on that game?
That was amazing. First of all, let me just give you guys a hand. Shout out to Catsire and Sin for such an amazing job casting that entire match. And it feels like so official, but it's like that was an intense game. And I just had to also hand it to everyone that played. I know there was high tension moments, but you guys played really, really, really well on both sides. So I think you guys should really embrace that and come out of that just going, yeah, hell yeah, that was amazing.
There was definitely some sort of early salt there, and you know, this is what it shows. If you can just play through it, have fun, do your best, you can still win. You can have a long, great, fantastic game.